Hi, my name's Michelle, and I have two children, two daughters who are 18, who have come to see Dr. Ellis and Dr. Campbell. And I gotta say, we're really surprised and hopeful after coming to see the difference that can happen with the kids. So she is now going to university, and I feel much more confident in where she is with her life right now. And she's more confident. The smiley child I used to know, more carefree, is coming back, and that's nice to see. So that's child one. Child two. So her twin, Melissa, is also going to school this year. And Melissa was in the same car accident. We don't know how much that impacted her or not, but we do know she had 2 concussions after that. And after the first one, we did take her to the orthopedist. They put her on the same type of thing you do for concussion, which is rest, half days back at school, no eye exercises, no treatment other than that. And she felt funny. And I remember going to the pediatrician's office, and she said, you know what, I kind of feel out of it, kind of like I'm out of my body. And I remember the doctor looking at me and saying, your daughter needs to go see a psychologist. And I'm like, no, she doesn't. Haven't you read the POTS documentation? So of course I poured it to her that, you know, kids who don't get enough oxygen to their head can actually feel outside their body, which is what I thought it was. Fast forward, she has a second concussion, and we took her to Gwinnett Concussion Institute, and they ran a test on her, the impact testing, which probably a lot of you have done. And she came out normal, and he said, well, I'm not sure if she had a concussion or not. I'm like, look, she needs the back to school protocol. We need to follow it. She's not normally a normal on an impact test. We go forward 2 weeks or 3, I don't remember exactly how many. She goes back and she's above average. And he goes, oh, she's great, no need to do anything else. And I'm like, she still feels off. And there was still that little bit of doubt, but he's like so positive that everything was perfect for her. So the functional neurologist, the functional doctor who had said to come here, we had already started bringing Nicole. Once I realized how good the practice was and that they knew what they were doing, I brought Melissa in too, because I knew she'd had the concussion and really wasn't sure how much that was impacting her. Just as eye-opening as it was for Nicole, it was with Melissa. To hear the questions they asked compared to what a normal neurological or even orthopedist doctor who does for sports injury was amazing. Just like things like, do you see things and then you turn around and it's not there? And she would see like a glass on the counter and then she'd turn around and it wasn't there. Or she would hear a door close, but no one was in the house and no one could close the door. Feeling outside of her body versus grounded and in reality. And I'm like, oh my God, this is what she's been going through? So, and her school work suffered in her final exam because she wasn't recovered, and it dropped her grade significantly. And she's always been a straight A student, so that was kind of a wake-up call too. And after getting her started here, they started once again on basic everyday exercises. And it's kind of amazing that no one else does them, quite honestly. Things where you clap your hand to a beat, or you stomp your feet to a beat, or you see words pop up on a screen and you have to put them in order, saying them backwards to forwards. Just all kinds of things to get the neurons talking again to the right parts of your system, and the right parts of your system working again. But not only that, it's the equipment that they have as well. Like they have this machine that you lay down on, and it kind of reduces inflammation and also gets you more grounded, so you feel...
Hi, I'm Melissa. A couple years ago I got a really bad concussion, and then last year I got another concussion. And when I went back to the doctors, they said I was recovered, I was healed from it, but I still had overlying effects that I felt. I would get frequent headaches almost every day, and there was always a state of, I didn't feel like I was present. I was kind of out of my body, or I had frequent brain fog, and I attributed that to my ADHD, because those are symptoms as well, just not being focused all the time, but it was actually an effect of all my concussions. So I came here and my symptoms have improved tremendously. I can focus now and not be distant, and it sounds like a small deal, but it's a huge deal. And I don't know, I didn't realize that I could have such a tremendous recovery. I'm a dancer, so being attentive is such a crucial part of everyday class, but I would find myself wandering a lot, and I would miss parts of the combination, and I would get headaches halfway through class and have to sit out, and it was just very sad because it's such a huge part of my life and it's what I love to do. But I've gotten back to a state where I can maintain a whole class without getting a headache, and it's what I'm doing in college, so that's super good. Super good for that. Well, I'm super hopeful for the future, because I guess I didn't realize how bad my symptoms were until I've gotten better from them, because I kind of just learned to deal with it, and it was kind of just my everyday norm, but it's something that can be improved, and that was a surprise to me. So that.
What I would say is, if you're kind of at a loss for what to do, and you've been to multiple doctors, even maybe Mayo like we did, and different things, this is a great place to come, because for the first time in a long time, we've gotten a lot of answers. But even when you have answers, treatments aren't there out in the normal world like they have here. And that's what we like about this practice, the fact that you can incorporate everything and they know what to do.